Hello and welcome back. It's great to have you here today. If this is your first time seeing and hearing me, welcome. Thank you for being here and thank you for subscribing to my work here on Substack and following my work on WinePressNews.com. I'm very happy for everyone's support you've given me. And today, this will be the first introductory video to the new YouTube channel. I've given a lot of thought about coming back to making videos, and I'll kind of get into that in this video today, explaining the direction I'm going to be taking my work, and we'll kind of go from there. So, basically a few things here, just looking at my notes. Moving forward, and we'll see how this goes. The YouTube will not be a replacement for all articles. However, for a lot of the other typical articles that I have done, this will probably be coming more YouTube videos. Unfortunately, as much as I like and prefer typing, I'm a better writer and typist than I am an actual speaker. And, I probably shouldn't be, but I am a little self-conscious of that stuff. And I know it's probably petty of me to be like that, but I just am. But at any rate, I do think it's more prudent to come back and do some more video making, because the writing articles do take some extra time. And as much as I like doing it, I'm not the fastest guy in the world either. So we're going to start doing this, and we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping that it'll turn out well. And now, I'll say this also, there's a number of subjects that I cannot talk about for obvious reasons because of the platform. That just is what it is. That's the times in which we live in, and there's nothing I can do about it. My old channel, for those who do not know, I used to have an old YouTube channel, and that got deleted because of quote-unquote medical misinformation. And the videos I had up were fine for several years until they weren't, and I woke up one morning, and they all got flagged in one hit, and that was it. Of course, I tried to appeal it, but, and that was during the era of the sniffles, not much I could do about it. And even now, there's still a myriad of subjects I cannot talk about, and so I'll have to use coded language, understand that. But still, that's when the Substack will come in place. So with that being said, I'm hoping, I don't want to make these videos too long, probably anywhere from 8 to 15 minutes, hopefully. I can't promise that across the board, but I don't want to just waffle on and on. I want to kind of get these things out. And I have a multitude of ideas I want to do, from either just sitting down and doing traditional articles like I've been doing, maybe some walk and talks or some rants, and then maybe I've been thinking about maybe doing some interviews. Maybe I can contact some people and do some interviews and go from there, which that brings up the next subject, and that is, this channel, just full disclosure, is going to be more secular based. So don't expect me to quote scripture like I typically do in all my articles. I hate to say this, but unfortunately, and I want to say this, I'm not at all ashamed of the gospel. You guys know that, who've been following me for years. I'm not at all ashamed to tell you what I think, and I'm not ashamed at all but the gospel. However, when I do talk about a lot of these things, unfortunately, just the fact that I quote scripture has been a hindrance to a lot of viewership. Now, you might be thinking, well, Jacob, the goal isn't to get views. Well, that's true. I'm trying to, win people to Christ ultimately. And so thankful for the WinePress and everyone who supported my work. We've done a tremendous amount of support. I mean, the reach that the website has gotten and Substack has been tremendous, and I'm so thankful to every single one of you who've helped in that journey. But I've seen this thing a few times where even people, they'll share my work, and then I'll get an email that comes in, they're like, oh, I didn't know you were a Christian website. If I'd have known, I would have never shared it. Well, I don't know how much of a simpleton you have to be not to see the Christian branding and the verses and everything else, but that's neither here nor there, I guess. But at any rate, I have to start kind of thinking like this, unfortunately, and I hope everyone can understand my perspective on this. So I want to be clear. When I come on YouTube, you are not going to get two separate opinions. In other words, you're not going to see me say one thing on Substack, and then you're going to see me say something completely different on YouTube. That's not going to happen. I'm going to stay as true to myself as I can while maintaining my integrity. I believe that. I think that's incredibly important, and I'm not going to change who I am at my core. But I'm not going to be quoting a bunch of verses on either. That just is what it is. And just full disclosure, because it's a secular channel, hey, maybe while we still have time here, I can maybe siphon out a little more out of this greasy, stuck pig and, of this economy, and get a little extra lunch money along the way. Just full disclosure. And so understand just another quick thing, too, because I know people have brought this up to me. They said, Jacob, why won't you come back to the old website? And what's the future of that? Well, the problem with the website is, and it's crazy because I've been under so many bot attacks, and I'll be talking more about that in the future as well, but And I've talked to people at the IT department at HostGator. That's who was managing my website. And I talked to one guy, and because my website was getting infected with malware and all kinds of stuff, and I talked to him, and he told me in all his years he'd been doing it for well over a decade. And he goes, I've never seen it this bad before, ever. And I said, well, what do you think that is? And then he kind of paused. He goes, oh, well, I think it's because of the content. I just laughed. I was like, yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, I've made a lot of people not happy, needless to say. There's a lot of topics that I'm not afraid to touch on and quote scripture with it and everything else. Yeah, not a good thing. And so, unfortunately, I was basically kind of almost forced to get off of the website, really, because it's just under constant attack. And I've spent more money to try to prevent all that, and it still didn't solve the problem. Whereas I can go to Substack, where, yeah, I am limited in a few things I can do, but it's completely for free. So why not? And another problem, too, with the whole website thing, and it's unfortunate, is I actually lost a number of viewership because of the problems. And you guys have been following me for years, know this. It was a constant thing with emails not working, and you know, sometimes the site wouldn't come down, and we were able to operate the website at very low cost. I mean, I made the website stretch as far as I could go to operate as low cost as I could, and we pulled it off pretty well. But unfortunately, it's just gotten to the point where it's just, and with today, you know, nowadays with what's going on in the world, it's almost better, hey, if I can erase some of the costs, I'm going to do that. And so that's kind of that. And as I said with the YouTube thing, because typing takes a little longer, at least for me it does, I'm going to do more videos. And I'm also excited to announce that I'm still working on a number of other great articles and videos I've been planning for a while now. I'm doing constant research. I mean, right here, I mean, my whole desk is just covered with, and another desk behind me you guys can't see, just full of paperwork and stuff I've been reading and other books and other videos. I got like a million tabs open. I mean, I have a binder here just full of documents I've been reading right now, because I have a lot more really important information I'll be bringing out here very soon. And that's another reason why I again ask people to please help support what I do. If you like what I do, please help support and contribute. If nothing else, please share my work. It gets out to more people. And that's really, at the end of the day, that's what matters the most, is that more people see this stuff. But I do all kinds of stuff, as you guys know. I do from just small little things to I do some really deep research and to exposing to a lot of things, and hoping that more people will see it as well, and they can be awakened to what's going on out there. That's why I do what I do. People, I know some people have told me and criticized me, oh, this is just fear mongering, this is just gossip tabloid stuff. Well, if you follow my work for any length of time, you know that's not the case. This is not tabloid stupid nonsense that doesn't mean anything. We actually focus on things that do matter, that people should be involved with and they should care about, and they need, and frankly needs to be exposed. And that's why I do what I do. And so those who follow my work, you guys know that, and you know what I'm about. You can't please everybody, and some people, they just want to be, they want to be left in the dark, and you can't help those people. It is what it is. There's people, oh, he's fear mongering, oh, this is scary. Well, sorry, can't help you. There's not much I can do for you. If that's the mentality, then, well, it is what it is. In the meantime, I will continue to be writing other articles as well. I'm not going to ban that completely. There's a number of things I still want to write about. And I'm also hoping that because of the shift, and again, we'll see how this goes. I don't know how well it's going to take off, but I'm hoping that it does. But if this transition works out well, that'll actually, I'm hoping, allow me to do more scriptural type of stuff for the actual ministry. I know a lot of you guys have been wanting more actual dedicated sermons and wanted actual studies, and I've been kind of wanting to get back to those myself as well. And so hopefully that'll give me a little more time to do that. I have a number of ideas I want to do, and eventually too, with a lot of the sermons I've already written, some that I've posted to the WinePress already, and some from years ago that I've written, and a few other ones I'd like to put those in a book as well, and then so people can have those sermons preserved, because if it's online, it's not really there, let's be real. So I want to eventually get those into a physical paperback book as well, as that you guys can have in the future. In the meantime, I'll still continue to be writing articles, and we'll do some videos here and there. Another thing about Substack is great is I can also actually upload directly to Substack and then link it to the YouTube channel, so you guys will get it right at the same time. Whenever I post something on Substack, you'll see the video and it'll upload right on YouTube. So that'll be really nice. And so hopefully we can have a good synergy there. Another thing I'll be doing as well is I'll continue to be reposting a lot of my articles that I previously written on winepressnews.com. I'll be bringing those over to Substack. as well, because I know there's a lot of great articles that people have not seen yet, and some articles that I written years ago that I posted on Substack did very well. Like, I mean, they just got tens of thousands of views almost immediately, and that's another thing I'm happy about with Substack, is that because of the ecosphere, whatever, the ecosystem there, it has the potential to get a lot more views. The WinePress did pretty good on its own. And some articles, I mean, not all of them, but some articles, they had, hundreds of thousands of views, for example, which is a tremendous blessing because it really got out there, and I'm thankful for that. But in the other articles, it's just difficult, swimming upstream on the big World Wide Web. And the other problem too is, censorship. I am not a big fan of social media, never have been, and to my own detriment, I suppose you could say, because my work could get out there further if I did, but I just haven't. And so Substack kind of remedies a little bit of that. But I mean, I remember there's a few articles that people posted on Twitter/X, not by me, but they just shared my articles, and they would take off, and then they just got totally shadow banned, and they will not get a view ever again. So someone had their finger on the button, and people don't want people to see certain things quite clearly, and so they can keep us locked in on certain platforms. Less people are going to see it. Not much I can do about it. It's unfortunate, but that's the world we live in now. But in the meantime, I'll continue to keep reposting old articles, but also new ones as well, and we'll go from there. And I'm really excited for this. I'm hoping it turns out well. If you guys have any further questions, feel free to ask me. Big thing on this YouTube channel, please like, subscribe, share the videos. It gets them out there in the algorithm. I would like a lot of people to check the stuff out, and hopefully we can really build this into something. As I said, you're going to get the same authentic me as I've always been. I'm not afraid and ashamed and unabashed to say and share how I feel about something. But again, at the same time, I have to be careful, though, what I do say. But hopefully with this synergy we got going here with YouTube and Substack, and by extension Rumble as well, because I will re-upload those to Rumble as well, and hopefully that takes off as well. So I hope this kind of explains where things are going, and I'm really happy with that. And again, the whole problems with the website is just so frustrating. I have to say that too, because I mean, I lost a lot of viewership from that, and people to this day are still emailing. They're going, "Hey Jacob, where'd you go?" I'm like, go to Substack. Here's my Substack. Go to the Substack. So please, everyone out there, if you know someone like that, please share that around. Let everybody know I am on Substack, and I'm going to try to fix that on the website here at some point. And which, by the way, another thing too with the website, eventually, as things shake out, I'm probably going to eventually get rid of the website and not renew it. The contracts I have end at the end of this year, November and December. So I'm not going to end them now. I'm going to wait till they run out, and then, or at least when we get close, then I'll make the final decision. Do I want to get rid of it completely? I thought about it at one point. Do I want to upload them both? But it's just become too much of a hassle, and all the problems that I previously stated. It's just not worth it. And if I can save a little bit extra money, I'm going to, because nowadays it is what it is. So anyways, I hope that explains everything to everyone. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Please leave a like, share, subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. Thank you to everyone out there who's helped support my work. It's truly a blessing and an honor, and I'm very thankful for every single one of you. And I do mean that. I pray for every single one of you often. I'm thankful for everyone who supports my work. It's truly an honor and a blessing. I know a lot of you have written to me and said you're very thankful for the content that I've helped to put out. And I thank you as well for giving me inspiration, for sending me articles, for sharing my work, and for those who go above and beyond and who've also very graciously donated to me. And I'm very thankful for that. It keeps the operations going. And so thank you, everyone, for that. So thank you, everyone, for watching. I hope for you to stay around, and I can't wait for this new adventure. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day. See you next time.